Just drink. I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Film on Tap, where we've got the tap that never runs out. Today, as always, I am joined by my co-hosts Nancy and Andres, and this is no ordinary show, folks. This is not only a new episode of the show, this is, drum roll, guys, drum roll.
Silent drum roll.
Jesus, oh my God. Talk about anticlimactic. Okay, never mind. This is our 100th, that's right, 100th episode of the show. Absolutely bananas. So to celebrate our 100th episode, we've got some special guests. We're not going to spoil it here. We got some special guests, and also we're going to be covering the Oscars. That's right. The Oscars are just around the corner. The nominations were announced a little while ago. We haven't gotten a chance to comment on those nominations, and we're going to cover a lot of the big categories. Not every category. That would take like hours of our lives, but we're going to cover the big categories that were at least the ones that we really care about and have some commentary on. So we're going to be talking about those categories. We're going to be bringing on some special guests, and we got plenty to dig into today. So I'm really excited. But before we jump on in, how are you guys today? Are you excited for our 100th episode? Nuts.
Hell yeah. Got my hair did, got my makeup on, got my White Claw. That's all you need, really.
There you go. That's the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm fed in. I'm nourished in belly and in heart. I fucked up
Your
that
heart?
line for freaking 28 years later.
Oh my God.
Oh no. You need a White Claw.
I could see our guests literally hiding their face. Right
Jesus. Yeah, now you have someone watching you do these things now.
Yeah, I've also got someone living with me doing all these things.
Okay. Well, I'm really happy I asked so that we got that answer.
There we go.
But like I said, 100 episodes, definitely nothing to snuff at. I definitely want to comment on that a little bit later after we dig into the Oscars here, because we got so much to cover here, and I'm really excited. So without further ado, we're going to be jumping into the Oscar nominations for the 2026 Academy Awards. So first category up, we have Best Director. And for Best Director, we have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. We've got Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. We've got Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. We have, oh God, this is going to be a landmine, Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. So those are our nominees. Sorry.
It's good.
So those are our nominees. What do we think of the nominees generally, and then who do we want to win this category, or who do we think is going to win? Let's talk about both of those rather. Let's start with you, Nancy.
Let me see. Okay, I haven't seen Hamnet. I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I just saw One Battle After Another, and I've seen Sinners. So I've seen two of them. One Battle After Another I actually just watched last night, which is really, really good. But I mean, come on. Do we need all the foreplay here? It's going to be Ryan Coogler. Like, he is so good. Yes! I think the directing for Ryan Coogler in Sinners, like, he had so many good choices, and just the history that he put into the movie is so great. So that's my pick. I'm going to say Ryan Coogler. He's got it.
So you think he's going to win? Who do you want to win? Ryan Coogler, I'm assuming?
Yeah. I'm going to say Ryan Coogler.
Okay. Andre?
Yeah, I think we have some really strong picks over here with Safdie as well too. After watching Marty Supreme, I mean, depending on what you think about the movie as well, you can't deny that movie was impeccably directed at points. And again, same thing with Paul Thomas Anderson. I think this is the strongest he's been in so long. And honestly, I haven't seen Sentimental Value yet, so I can't necessarily comment on that. Nor have I seen Hamnet, but I will say the one I want to win this is definitely Ryan Coogler, because I agree entirely with Nancy. What he did with Sinners was very unique, and it was very innovative in terms of blending, horror and that Deep South history, and just turning it into a fun popcorn movie, but just with so much really interesting stuff to really say at the heart of it. And I really wanted, personally, my pick is Ryan Coogler. I don't know. I think because of everything that's going on politically in the world, there is sort of a possibility that I think Paul Thomas Anderson is going to come away with this because of not only with the history that he's had with the Academy, but also with the fact that he's never won an Oscar, at least for directing, I believe. So I think this might be just the time where they're like, when is he going to come back? Let's give it to him. Coogler, I feel like he is still early on in his career, that he has plenty of time to win an Oscar. But personally, I think Coogler did the best job out of the bunch.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Andres on this one. I think those are some solid nominees. I also haven't seen Sentimental Value or Hamnet. Those are the two that kind of escaped me this award season. But I think out of those, I want Ryan Coogler to win because I think what he did was far more impressive with Sinners. I think what he brought to the table there was nothing short of incredible. I think Paul Thomas Anderson did a great job directing One Battle After Another. It's definitely his best film in years, and I think he did a terrific job directing that film. Unfortunately, I feel like he's going to win, especially because he's never won before and the Academy seems to love him, but I want Ryan Coogler to win. I think what he did, like I said, was just absolutely phenomenal with Sinners, and I'd love to see him come away with this one. And I feel like if he wins, though, I feel like that, to me, kind of seems like a precursor that maybe Sinners walks away with Best Picture. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. That we've been duped like that before, where we think it's going to head in one direction with director and then it goes out a different way. But in that category, I want Coogler, but I think it's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson. So we'll see how that category shapes out. But we're going to be shifting gears now to screenplay. We got our adapted screenplay category and we've got our original screenplay. So what we'll do is cover the adapted screenplay first. So for that category, we have Begonia, we've got Frankenstein, we've got Hamnet, we have One Battle After Another, and we've got Train Dreams. So we'll start with Andres on this one. Who do you think this one's going to?
See, again, a really solid pick from all these different categories, from all these different nominees. And for me, my personal pick out of the bunch, I got to go with my heart, and I got to say my man Guillermo. He's probably my favorite one out of the bunch. I mean, even though One Battle After Another, I feel, was a really great movie, but Paul Thomas Anderson, infamously enough, he's one of those directors that when he writes the script, it's very different than what the original novel was. So I think Guillermo captured the heart and soul of that story far better than any director has since James Whale's back in the 30s. So honestly, for me, my personal pick would be Guillermo del Toro, but who I think is going to come out with it, I think Hamnet is going to be the favorite going into this as well. And I think Hamnet is going to walk out with it.
Okay, Nancy, how about you?
I'm actually stuck between Frankenstein and Begonia. I feel like Begonia had some really solid dialogue. And just overall, it had like a good flow to it. And like Andres was saying, Frankenstein, I feel like Del Toro did a really good job of keeping that story there. But also, again, the essence of adapted screenplay, actually adapting it so that it's original. So yeah, I want Frankenstein to win, but I feel like it's going to go to Begonia.
Okay, interesting. I like the different picks. I definitely want Frankenstein to win. I mean, I felt like Del Toro, just breathed so much new life into that story, and he was just such an amazing choice to adapt. That's right. He was born to make that movie. But I feel like they're not going to give it to him, and I feel like who's going to win? I think it's going to be a toss up between Hamnet and One Battle After Another, unfortunately. But I think it's probably going to go to Hamnet. I feel like that movie is just like catnip for Academy Awards. Like just everything I've seen of it, even though granted, I haven't seen the movie, so it might be incredible. But just everything I'm seeing of that movie just screams Oscars bait. And I feel like, from what I've heard, I feel like that one's probably going to walk away with it. So we'll see what happens. But I would love to see Del Toro get an Academy Award. That would make my soul smile. So I'm hoping that it is that one. But in terms of the other screenplay category, original screenplay, which I always find to be more exciting, we have Blue Moon. We have It Was Just an Accident. We've got Marty Supreme. We've got Sentimental Value. And we have Sinners. This is a pretty stacked category, if I do say so myself. So I'm very curious to see who you guys pick for who you want to win, who you think is going to win. So Nancy, we'll start with you on this one.
Well, I feel bad because the only one I've seen of this is Sinners. So I feel like I have to pick Sinners.
a little bit skewed.
Yeah. So yeah. We'll go Sinners. But again, there's so much lore in this screenplay, and the story behind it is so good. I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up winning. Now, granted, again, I haven't seen the other ones. I will get to them, I promise. But for now, I'll have to say Sinners.
Okay. And Andres?
I think it's going to be Sinners. I think it's going to be Sinners all the way through on this front because, again, what Coogler was able to do in terms of blending all these elements into one thing was fantastic. But I will also say I haven't seen Sentimental Value yet, and I think that might be the dark horse candidate in this one. I don't necessarily know if the writing in Marty Supreme is really all that extraordinary because when you really look at it, it's kind of a very straightforward movie. So I think that plus also the fact is that, you know, this is also going to color a lot of the Oscars opinion on Josh Safdie, especially with the controversy that he's currently involved with right now, which, you know, is not a good look entirely. So that might come into play when people come to start selecting their nominees. But yeah, I think this one is the one that I want is going to be Sinners. And the one that I think should get it out of the bunch is Sinners as well, too. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, man, I really want Sinners to win for this category. I hope it wins. But like, I feel like my gut's telling me like Sentimental Value is going to walk away with this one because that one's been like an awards darling. Everyone seems to love it. Everyone seems to love the performances. But man, I mean, Sinners, talk about like an original freaking movie that also is like this big crowd pleasing event. Like it's really hard to walk that line and deliver something that's like really emotionally compelling, but also like this blockbuster piece of entertainment a little bit, which I just thought was incredible to have that hybrid. But then Sentimental Value might walk away with it. But I want Sinners. But if I had to pick, God damn it.
You're like, do I have to?
I mean, this could definitely change come awards day, but I think if I had to pick now, I think that Sentimental Value might walk away with this one. But
I mean, I also feel like Sinners should win solely based on those lines that Haley Steinfeld dropped.
Oh, 100%.
Those were some good lines.
Now which one? Because like I could think of so many right off the bat.
There's two in particular that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think we're
boy,
thinking
you better get the
ones.
fuck out of my face with that.
No, the one where she, yeah.
Yeah, I think we know.
You know the line. You know the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm definitely curious to see how that one shakes out. But you know, Sinners is just one of the most like gorgeous films of 2025. And speaking of gorgeous, let's jump into cinematography here. And this is another really stacked category. Like this is unreal. This category right now. We've got Frankenstein, Dan Laustin, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Or Laustzen. Yeah. Marty Supreme, Darius Kanji. We have Michael Bauman for One Battle After Another. We have Autumn Durald. Oh, God. Arkapaw. These names are not fun. And then for Train Dreams, we have Adolfo Veloso. So how are we feeling about this category? Can you guys pronounce these names better than me? Let's see. Yeah. Let's start with Nancy.
I cannot pronounce those better than you. Again, I feel like I'm torn between Frankenstein and Sinners. Frankenstein maybe more so for the costume and set design. And Sinners, I mean, I know I give it shit when it opened in terms of seeing it on IMAX and all that. I'm like, I don't need to see more sky, but it's very pretty. It's a very pretty.
I'll still never forget that. I'll never forget that. I don't need to see more sky, Nancy Rodriguez.
It's fine. But no, it is a very gorgeous film. And again, that whole scene where the different genres of music are coming in and out, that is so, it looks so nice. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm, like a broken record here, but I have to go Sinners. It is so pretty. So I think they're going to win.
Okay. Andres.
Shockingly enough, this is the one category that I don't feel Frankenstein actually really stands a chance, actually, because the problem is with all these Netflix movies, they have a very clear like there's a very clear direction to the cinematographers that are like, don't make it too dark. It needs to be seen if people are going to be watching it on a screen. And the movie does look beautiful, but it certainly coded a little more brighter to make sure that anybody on any device will be able to see the movie right off the bat. So I think that's going to be the one thing going against Frankenstein, even though I love the look of it. But for me personally, it's between One Battle After Another and Sinners, because the cinematography in both of them are used so effectively, especially in one scene in every single one of those movies, I feel is one of those that would get the Oscar right then and there. For me, Sinners, it's the scene with the music scene, bringing in all the different cultures and all the different time eras of music. I think that that's impeccably done. And it was done in IMAX as well, too. So that is also nothing to scoff at as well. However, One Battle After Another has that amazing moment when they're going over the hilltops and trying to coordinate all that.
Now, let me ask you, is that more cinematography or directing or both? Like, how do you...
Probably a bit of both.
This is a legitimate question.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both, but I think it's different in terms of trying to coordinate that to make sure that it looks good and that it presents the level of threat that you want it to at that point. And that's not an easy thing. Yeah. It's easy to look at a script and say, this is what you need, but it's one of those things where I think you need a tremendous cinematographer. And also on top of that, this cinematographer was shooting this sequence in IMAX too. So that will make things 10 times harder for you. And I think both One Battle After Another and Sinners did that so flawlessly. But if I was to, gun to my head, pick one of them, it's Sinners for me. So there you go.
Yeah, not since The Long Walk has a road look so scary to me.
Like, oh God! So it hasn't been that long.
I just watched One Battle After the Other last night. It's been a while since I watched The Long Walk.
You watched it in September.
No, I'm saying since I watched The Long Walk. Like, I didn't think I would see another movie where a road scared the shit out of me. Like, it was very suspenseful. That's hard to do.
The year of scary roads, according to in our chat. Oh, damn it. I probably spoiled that. Fuck. All right. Anyway.
I'll edit that.
Yeah, just edit that shit out. Fine. Cut that. But for me, honestly, I feel like no one's talking about the movie that I think I want to win, and I think it is going to win, is Train Dreams. I think Train Dreams is 100% the pick for best cinematography. I genuinely think it's one of the most gorgeous films I've ever seen. I think it's some of the best cinematography I've ever seen. It's so unbelievably well done with like all natural light, and it looks unreal gorgeous. And he's been racking up awards in the circuit so far. So I would not be surprised if he won. And I also want him to win. I mean, look, if Sinners wins, awesome too. I mean, that movie's beautiful. But if we're talking cinematography, I think what he did with Train Dreams was next level good. And I think it's a huge reason why for me that movie really worked and like was really immersive. And like just, I couldn't tell you how many shots in that movie I just audibly out loud went, wow. It's just a breathtakingly beautiful movie. So I'm picking Train Dreams, and I want Train Dreams. So
you said you saw it in theaters?
I saw Train Dreams on Netflix.
Oh, you did? Okay.
But unfortunately, this was one of those that did not have a big theatrical thing for Netflix. Look,
it should have been in theaters, man. Whew.
Yeah.
I can power through it. I will let you know what I think of the cinematography.
I mean, just watch it for the cinematography. I mean, how much of it did you watch so far?
30 minutes, I want to say.
I feel like that's enough to see how beautiful of a movie it is.
I mean, that's a little worrying.
Look, all right.
Also, keep in mind,
it's not your movie. It's not your movie.
I also have a cheap ass TV that's pretty tiny, so I'm not watching on like a cool big ass TV that's gonna like give you the full cinematic experience, you know. And this is why movies should go to theaters.
There you go. There you go. Netflix. Nancy doesn't have a big TV. Put it in theaters.
Yeah. Help me. I'm poor.
I'm poor.
Poor.
But I'm really curious to see how that category shakes out. Because again, I mean, there's a lot of categories in this year that are really stacked where like it could really go either way. Like there's not a ton of like favorites where like there's a lock in each category. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see who wins. But now we're going to be shifting gears to a couple big categories, and that's the best actor and best supporting actor categories. These are again super stacked categories. I'm really happy with the nominees in these categories. So we'll start with supporting actor first, and then we'll go to actor. So for supporting actor, we have Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. We have Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. We've got Delroy Lindo. Great to see him there for Sinners. We've got One Battle After Another with Sean Penn. And we have Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. So we'll start with you, Nancy. Who do you want to win in this category? Who do you think's going to win?
I feel like I keep getting stuck between Frankenstein and like another movie. Jacob Elordi, freaking love. But Sean Penn also did a really good job in One Battle After Another. Like even just his mannerisms, everything he put into that character was so good. That's top level Sean Penn. Now Jacob Elordi, kind of same thing. He had to put all these mannerisms into the creature and have this slow development between when he can't even speak to when he's saying full monologues at the end of the movie. I want Jacob Elordi to win. I just think he did such a good job. Again, capturing that evolution of the creature. He did such a good job. And there's one scene where I can't remember exactly what's happening, but he's on the ice and they're like, I think he throws dynamite at him or something and he throws it back, something like that. But just the look on Elordi's face and his eyes, that's all you can see. He is showing such emotion and you know exactly what he's thinking with just showing this. And I think that's such a good skill for an actor to have. So I want him to win. I would also be okay if Sean Penn won because he did a really good job. What an asshole in that movie. And he did a good job. So yeah, I'm stuck between those two, but want Elordi to win.
Okay. Love it. Love it. How about you, Andres?
I think my personal pick out of them is definitely Jacob Elordi because what he did with that is not something that can easily be replicated. And I struggle to think if Andrew Garfield would have been able to do exactly what he did because Garfield was supposed to play the role of the monster. And I think Jacob Elordi did such an amazing job with making that character his own and giving it his own mannerisms that I think no one else could have played him. So personally, for me, my pick would have been Jacob Elordi, but who I think might come out with it, because again, you have to think about the long term of the Academy, and you have to think about just what the legacy of the actor is as well too. I'm stuck between Delroy Lindo and Stellan Skarsgård because I feel that they both have. Delroy Lindo, especially, I feel like he's never truly gotten his flowers in this industry. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when else are we going to nominate him for something? And same thing with Stellan Skarsgård, because I think they both are tremendous actors. But if I was to pick one from the two, I think it would probably go to Stellan because Sentimental Value also is getting a lot of praise for his performance as well, too. So honestly, in a perfect world, you give them to all. You give the Oscar to them all. But if I had to pick one, or if I had to bet on one, I think it might be Stellan.
And I think that is like the issue I have a lot of times with the Academy. It's like, oh man, like we get years with like the whole Jamie Lee Curtis thing. It's like, sure, she was great, but she wasn't even the best supporting actress in her own movie. And it's kind of like a makeup Oscar a lot of times. So I am a little worried that's what we're going to see here.
I think so.
Yeah, I as much as I want Jacob Elordi to win, I feel like it's not going to happen as much as I wanted to. But let's just take a moment to just appreciate that Jacob Elordi made the transition from Euphoria to where he is now. I mean, that's pretty incredible, the trajectory.
Excuse me, I think you mean The Kissing Booth on Netflix?
Actually, that actually further proves the point. Yeah, that's actually where I first saw him. And I remember thinking when I first saw him, I was like, what a terrible actor.
Me too.
I was just like, oh my God. And then I saw him in Euphoria. I was like, he's still okay. And then I literally saw like, Frankenstein. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I heard. Jacob
and now
was
Jacob.
Him. I was like,
but he's been crushing it. Like everything I've been seeing him in lately, he's been fantastic. And I'm not even scoffing at the fact that he's rumored to have been offered Bond. I was like,
oh, it's officially been debunked now.
Everything is debunked. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I would love to see him win. Yeah, he was great in Wuthering Heights. I thought he was fantastic. But I thought he was incredible in Frankenstein. What he brought to that character, even as much as I love Andrew Garfield as an actor, I just don't think that performance would have been the same. And I think what he brought to it was really special. And I think he's a huge reason why that movie has the emotional impact it does because he's so damn good. But if I have to pick who I think is going to win, It's definitely a toss-up for me between Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård, but I have a feeling Stellan Skarsgård is going to take this one. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of momentum headed his way. I feel like that movie's getting a lot of praise, especially for his performance, like Andre said. And I kind of feel like he has the momentum right now. I feel like Sean Penn, I feel like he's kind of like a polarizing figure. I know he has some Academy Awards, history, but I feel like, especially because he's won an Academy Award, correct? I think he has, right?
Did he win?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's already got his award.
Yeah, I think he's won at least once. Yeah, Sean Penn. He's definitely won at least once. So
Mystic River, or
I think he won for Mystic River and maybe something else. But I feel like, especially if he's won more than once. Oh yeah, right. Thank you, Milk. God damn it, I keep saying his name.
I'll keep naming it.
Yes.
Whatever.
Thank you, guest behind the scenes.
Thank you, guest. But yeah, Milk too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So I mean, especially the fact that he's won twice now, I feel like they're going to want to give it to someone new. So I think it's going to go to Stellan. But we'll see. But that, again, super stacked category. But now we're going to shift to Best Actor. Again, this category, this one's stacked too. We have Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. We've got Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. We've got Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Andres, what are we feeling?
Oh, God. I'm feeling for this one. It's probably the one time that I think Marty Supreme is probably going to come out on top, and that's Timothée Chalamet is probably my pick for this because...
Thank you.
Bless you.
That was late.
We're on a roll, okay? But Timothée Chalamet, I think what he did with Marty Supreme is not something that is easy as well. And also, it is one of those things where keeping the energy up as long as he did in that is incredible as well. But also, see, I wish I could also give it to Michael B. Jordan because I think he did such an amazing job playing two roles simultaneously. And I love the fact that they are referring to him as Best Actor for this one, specifically for both of those roles. And I think that's an incredible thing to portray. But I think Timothée Chalamet has so much momentum going for him because of Marty Supreme and because that movie lives or dies off of him. I think he's probably going to come off with this one, and I think Sinners is going to take everything else because it's like, oh well, you don't get this one, we'll give you this one instead. So yeah, for me personally, my pick would have been Timothée Chalamet, but I love what Michael B. Jordan did though.
So that would be your personal pick? Would be Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, my personal pick.
All right, Nancy.
I think.
Which ones have you seen?
I have seen. Okay, well, I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I've seen Sinners, and I've seen One Battle After the Other. So there you go. But I agree with Andres. I think they are going to give it to Timothée Chalamet. I feel like he's been passed up a little bit because he is so young. It almost feels like everyone's like, you have time to get one later. Let's see if you're at your peak yet. And then once you hit that, maybe we'll give you one. Because I really loved him last year. I thought he actually may come away with Best Actor. So again, I feel like this may be a little bit of a makeup. Granted, I haven't seen the movie, but he is an amazing actor, so I wouldn't be surprised if it went that way. I do feel that it's a little bit harder being Michael B. Jordan. We had to play two lead roles with two different personalities, two different backstories, and he did such a good job seamlessly. And not once during that movie did I feel that I'm watching the same person. It really did feel like two different characters. And I've seen movies before where they've done that and it just feels off, or it just feels like one person almost switching back and forth on the scene. And for him to pull that off without feeling that way at all, I think is a hard feat to do. So that's why I feel he earns it, but I do think they're going to go Timothée Chalamet.
I think it's Chalamet all day, baby. That's what I think. Honestly, I'm all for it. I think his performance by far and away was the best lead actor performance I saw last year. I mean, I was blown away. I mean, I really enjoyed the movie, but his performance was next level good. And I feel like if you put another actor in that role, I just simply don't think they could bring the same energy and momentum to that role. I mean, it's such an unlikable character, and yet he's so magnetic to watch. And I think that's due in large part to his performance. I mean, it's incredible. And Chalamet has given some amazing performances, especially in the past several years. But to say that this is his best is a big statement, but I genuinely think it is. And like when it came to to the end of the year, when I was thinking like who gave the best lead actor performance, I'm like, I just don't think anyone touched him, frankly. But I will say, in terms of like who could come out on top over him, I think Ethan Hawke could absolutely sneak in there. I think I saw Blue Moon and I really enjoyed it, and I thought his performance was unbelievably good in that movie, and he had to carry that movie essentially all by himself. I could see him sneaking in there and winning. He's got a little bit of momentum himself, but I do think Chalamet has the wave right now, and I hope that he does win, even though I feel like they're kind of almost seeing him as like the DiCaprio of where like they're going to give it to him super late. And I hope that doesn't happen to him because I think he's so talented. But I think it's his award to lose. But if he does lose, I think it's going to go to Ethan Hawke if anybody is going to sneak in there. But Chalamet all day, baby. Chalamet all day.
Make it a shirt.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I will say, I think the only reason why DiCaprio is even in contention on this one is because of that Latino whistle, guys.
Dude, he's just so
alone should get him
good.
an Oscar.
But see, like the thing is that like he's such a good actor that he's kind of created this Leo standard of like that he always hits, so that he always gives a great performance. But at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, it was just it was a great Leo performance.
So used to
you're just so used to him just crushing
here.
it. Yeah. Where like he has to sweep inside of a horse for us to be like, oh, he's doing something different.
Like, oh my god, yeah. It's the Meryl Streep effect. Like same thing with her. I feel like she's done so many good performances, but they're like, you're Meryl Streep. Of course you're good. Why do you need another Oscar? But
she could like breathe into the frame of a movie and still get nominated.
Like, oh, beautiful.
Yeah, what a breath. But something that I thought was interesting this year is they added a new category, which is best casting, which I thought was an interesting choice. But let's dive into it. So obviously it's, the best ensemble essentially that you've seen in other award shows. But here we have best casting for Hamnet, for Marty Supreme, for One Battle After Another, for The Secret Agent, and for Sinners. So who do we think is going to pull away with this one? Who do we want to win in this new category? Let's start with you, Andres. Go for it.
All right. Well, for me, in terms of this category, again, I feel like a broken record saying it's a stacked category, but honestly, for just this new category in itself, being it brand new, and then also just acknowledging the fact that casting a movie is equally as tough as selecting, it's a job that I think no one it's a thankless job to do in Hollywood, because one of many different factors can go wrong, but to have a movie that's built around an entire cast and have it be all strong enough to where it warrants merit, that is a very tough thing. And honestly, for me, I think the bunch, I think it goes between either One Battle After Another or Sinners, because One Battle, I feel, has such an eclectic group of side characters and supporting characters and leads as well that, one false casting on that front, I think the movie falls apart. But I think everyone in that movie is strong. And the same thing with Sinners too. I mean, like, you love the people that are in the bar, but also you can't help but just be drawn to Jack O'Connell, who's just doing his own thing in the parking lot. But yeah, and again, it's such a big thing for all these people to come together and for all of it to work as well as it did. I think Marty Supreme is the weakest one out of the bunch, because I think that's a movie that's fallen squarely on the shoulders of Timothée Chalamet. And I think a lot of the supporting players are a little weaker in that I think for me, if I was to pick one, it's going to be Sinners on this front.
Nancy?
So here's the thing with this category. The other categories, I feel like you can judge and take a guess or give an opinion without necessarily seeing all the movies, because you see the trailers, you see the little clips. This one's really hard to guess when you haven't seen the movie, because you only know if it's a good casting if you see the movie and you're like, yes, they fit into that role really well. That being said, yes, Sinners, I think, is really good with all the side characters, one battle after the other. But you know what? Just looking at Hamnet, their faces fit that genre of movie, so that looks like it's going to be good too. If I had to take a guess, and I'm going to see it tonight. Their faces fit that time era very beautifully. So good casting.
You should really be a casting director. I think you've missed your calling. I think his face fits.
I thought so. So I'm going to go Sinners because that's one of the two I've seen. One Battle After the Other, yeah, there are a lot of good casting in that. But to be honest, seeing Regina Hall kind of took me out of it a little bit because we haven't seen her in many things in a while. And I really wish I knew his name. But the one that's from Remember the Titans, that was like the first thing I thought of when I saw him. So that kind of took me out as well. Whereas Sinners, people I recognize, it didn't take me out of the movie. So for that, I'm going to go Sinners.
I mean, I feel like this is just like Sinners to lose at this point. I mean, just like that is such an eclectic, powerful cast. I mean, you have Michael B. Jordan playing two characters. You have Delroy Lindo, Haley Steinfeld, Jack O'Connell. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, everyone in that movie is just incredible. And like, that's one of those movies where like, there isn't really like one singular standout performance. It's just like everyone across the board is bringing their A game and crushing it. And I feel like that's what you really need to think about when you're thinking of best cast or best ensemble. And I feel like head of all the nominees, Sinners is the one I think that has the most MVP players. I think if the runner-up would be One Battle After Another. I mean, just because I think Chase Infinity is fantastic. Tiana Taylor's really strong. You have Leo, you have Sean Penn. I mean, it's a really solid, well-rounded cast, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I think Sinners crushes this category. And if you're going to bring in a new category, bring it into the freshest movie out of the bunch. Give it to that movie that's absolutely deserving of it. Sinners all the way. Just saying.
Also, like, even the extras fucking crushed it in that movie with
everyone
the dance
crushed
scene
it in that movie.
outside.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so good.
And I'm forgetting who plays the kid in Sinners.
The main lead essentially.
Miles Canada. I totally spaced on his.
Sorry.
But again, that was, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this his first role as well too? And he also freaking it's his first role as well. And he also freaking crushed it. Yes,
we have our researcher behind the scenes.
Of Oz behind the scene helping us essentially.
Speaking of Sinners, though, we're going to be transitioning to our last category before we bring on a very special guest, one of our very special guests. And we're talking about score, ladies and gentlemen, music. Let's talk about it. We have another stacked category for this one. We have Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. We've got Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another. We've got Max Richter for Hamnet. We have Alexandre Desplat for Frankenstein. And we have Jerskin Fendrix for Begonia. So what do we think about this one? Nancy, we'll start with you this time. Who do you want to win? Who do you think should win?
This is really good. Again, because like even watching One Battle After Another with the little hill scene, like the music was very much fueling that and making me nervous and anxious. And that is what a score is supposed to do, is put you into that scene. So that was really good. Begonia even, there's scenes in that where the music really pushed the scene forward. That was very good. I actually like that movie a lot more than I thought. I was like, his movies are very hit or miss for me. So I think that was very done well. I mean, I have to go Sinners. Again, I sound like a broken record, but I have to go Sinners. Ludwig put so much effort into the score and research. It was a little bit out of his comfort zone, at least from what I heard in the interview that he did. And he said he put a lot of research into this and making sure that the music fit very well, not just with the scenes and the genre, but making sure that the history is there as well. So again, Sinners all day.
Sinners all day. Andres?
Oh, this is Sinners to lose. Ludwig Göransson is going to walk out with the Oscar. Ludwig Göransson is going to walk out with the Oscar for a second time on this one, guys. It's not even close. What he did in this was extraordinary and was truly innovative, and it shows you how he went from being, the kid over at USC and he's going to be winning it for the third time. And
researcher coming through again.
Yeah, he's going to be winning. He's going to be winning this one again, and showing that he's gone from being just a kid over at USC and, he did the score for Community way back when the day, and now he's working. Yeah, the show.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah. He was the composer for that. And
give me another reason to love him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing is, now he's gone from that to working with Nolan and working with some of the best people in the industry, and also making some of the most innovative music that you've heard in movies recently. Like, he very much reminds me of what Hans Zimmer was back in the 90s, before the 2000s and before he became big. But I think Ludwig Göransson, he just fast tracked all the way to being one of the best in a very short amount of time. And I think it's very well deserved. And I think this is absolutely his to lose. There's no contest.
Genius, that man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to fucking center. What are we doing? Like, why are we talking about it? I mean, look, you could try to make your argument for one battle after another all you want, but on the whole, that score is very repetitive. Like, let's be honest.
Yes.
Like, I think it has scenes where it excels, but I think on the whole, it's a very repetitive score. And I just think Sinners, the music is like a character in and of itself, and it's so unique and it's so singular and it's so unbelievably authentic and just immersive to listen to. I mean, there's a reason why he's won 2 Academy Awards. Like, he absolutely is one of the biggest talents out there right now. I think he's probably my favorite composer right now, if I had to throw it out there. I mean, look, I love me some John Williams. I love me some Alexandre Desplat, who's also nominated here, Thomas Newman, James Horner, James Newton Howard. I mean, I could go all day, but I really think that he's one of the most exciting composers out there, and there's a reason why he's been so acclaimed. He's just amazing at what he does, and I really think this is his to lose. I mean, yes, he's winning for a 3rd time, but he deserved it. Give it to him. Just give it to him.
And I think what I love about him is that he adapts himself to the movie. Like, how much research he puts into this, as opposed to like a lot of other composers, you hear their stamp on it throughout everything they do, and you know right away. And I don't think it's a bad thing to not know right away if it's him necessarily, because again, he adapts himself to it as opposed to adapting the score to his style. I mean, if you look at what he's won, Black Panther and Oppenheimer, those are two very different movies, and he did such a good job. You know,
Genre
Black
chameleon.
Panther, Oppenheimer, yeah.
No, he's awesome. But speaking of awesome, we're about to throw in our first special guest today. You know her, you love her. She may also live with one of our co-hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incomparable, Jen Kemp. Let's bring her on. Jen.
Woo! Round of applause.
Jen.
She wasn't.
And Brody too. Brody.
And Brody. Oh, and
Brody,
that shirt.
Brody.
Are you kidding me with that shirt right now?
Oh, yes. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Incredible.
That's
That's how you enter a show. That's the shirt you wear.
I should have done the little.
You should have just been like kneeling beneath Andres and you just stand up.
I know. At first, look for you.
All
right.
He's right here.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Hello.
Alrighty, so we're thrilled, obviously, to have her on the show, and she's going to be sticking with us for the rest of the show. And the first category she's going to cover with us today is Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. Again, 2 highly stacked categories, 2 highly contentious categories. So we're going to be diving into Supporting Actress first, and then we'll dive on into Best Actress. So in Best Supporting Actress, we have Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. We have, oh man, why am I reading the names?
Maybe we can try.
We have Inga Isdottir Lilias.
You know what? I would say yes.
Close.
So that look, I gave it the old college try. Okay, I'm already seeing another one coming up. That's going to be interesting.
We have the next one.
We have Amy Madigan for Weapons. We have Wunmi Masaku for Sinners. And we have Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. How did I do? Did I come away relatively unscathed?
Round of applause. Beautiful.
You did.
All right.
I mean, you're doing it, not us, so I can't.
Yeah,
it's tough out here on these streets. But we'll start with our special guest, Jen. Who do you think is going to win, and who do you want to win in this category?
Yeah, this comes with a big asterisk for me because we have not seen Sentimental Value. We have not seen Hamnet yet. We haven't seen If I Had Legs I Could Kick You.
Yes.
We have not seen Sung Blue. So I've seen Begonia, and Emma Stone is great, as she always is. Like whenever she pairs up with Yorgos, it makes sense that she's going to get a nomination. I don't think she'll win, but it's nice to see her there. If I had to put money on it,
wait, Emma Stone isn't in this category.
Supporting.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at supporting actress. Sorry.
Yeah, Best Supporting Actress.
Supporting.
Those thoughts noted.
Yeah, so we'll come back to that. Yeah, Sentimental Value we have not seen yet. I think because there's 2 in the category, they're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Amy Madigan here. I don't think she's going to win. I honestly, I was betting against it. I didn't think Bare Weapons was actually my favorite movie of last year.
Oh,
so it's nice to see her here. I didn't think it had any Oscar chances at all. So it's nice to see her here. She's not going to win though. If it was up to me, I'd give it to One Me, but I think Teyana Taylor, she has a lot of momentum. I loved her. She's only in it for 20 minutes, but she owns that first 20 minutes of one battle.
Oh, yeah.
So I would give it, I think she's going to take it, but I personally would give it to One Me. That was a great character. And she does some great work in that movie. So I love Sinners. Yeah.
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 Andres, while you're there.
Yeah, well, I'm here. See, here's the thing. I think Elle Fanning was nominated for the wrong movie. I think she should have been nominated for Predator Badlands because she was incredible in that movie. But
I would love to see that in the Best Actress category.
That actually would
Predator
be really
Badlands.
cool.
It'd be great. We'll just write in that it's for Predator Badlands instead of Sentimental Value. I think she actually would go up in the numbers
Probably.
for that. But Mia Goth should be in this category for Frankenstein. Yes. I was really shocked that she didn't get it. So that would have been my personal pick, but she's not here. So
yeah, I mean, personally, from all these amazing actresses right here, my personal favorite out of the bunch. Here's the thing: I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say Amy. I'm going to say Amy Madigan. I'm going to say she's my personal pick for this one. But if I was to say who is going to be getting it, I think it's also Teyana Taylor, but personally for me, Amy Madigan was my favorite out of all these performances because she just played such an unhinged character that it's really a tough bullseye to nail in terms of just like trying to play the role as funny, but then also be as creepingly menacing as possible.
Long legs walked so she could run.
Exactly. but I think she did she was nominated and Nicolas Cage wasn't, so I think she did a better job on this front. But yeah, my personal favorite, Amy Madigan, but I think Teyana Taylor is going to come out with this one.
Okay, Nancy.
I mean, I'm glad you mentioned Mia Goth because I didn't even think about that. Absolutely, I would have wanted her to be nominated and win. I feel like she's like the weird stepchild of the Oscars for some reason. Like she's very good in everything she is, and I feel like for whatever reason they don't see her at that level. But I absolutely want Amy Madigan to win so bad. She was so good in that movie, and just like you said, Andres, it's like that could go very wrong and play very wrong in the like wrong hands, and she did it so well where it's like she's creepy, she's funny, and I think it's also hilarious that throughout the movie you're getting a glimpse of her before you even actually meet the character, and you're like, holy crap, what the hell is that? And you're like, oh, it's just Amy Madigan with like very fucked up makeup. Cool. She does a really good job of it. So I want her to win so bad. But I do think it's going to go to Teyana Taylor. She does do a fantastic job for the short amount of time that she has in that movie. So yeah, I think it's going to go to her.
Yeah, I feel like Teyana Taylor is probably going to walk away with this one because like Jen said, I feel like the sentimental value, I feel like they're both going to cancel each other out. But man, I would love to see Amy Madigan win. I feel like my first experience with that performance, as soon as I saw her on screen, I was like, where do I know you? And then, and then literally halfway through the movie, I made the connection to Field of Dreams. And then in my seat, I was like, oh, I was like, her mom from Field of Dreams? Are you kidding me? I was like, oh my God. And literally my opinion of her performance even went up tenfold because I'm like, this is the mom from Field of Dreams crawling under my skin and setting up shop like a sleeping bag for the foreseeable future. Like, holy shit. So I would love to see her walk away with it. And I'm just so happy she's just there to begin with. I'm glad that she got her flowers for that performance because she did a just amazing job in that movie. But I think Teyana Taylor, I don't know. I'm not sure. Researcher?
Researcher off screen.
She should have got it for Charisse and Uncle Buck. She should have got it for
her and Uncle Buck.
Yeah, but man, I would absolutely love to see her win this category, but I think it's Tiana Taylor's to lose. I think she's going to walk away with this one, but still great performances all around there. Now we're going to be shifting gears to Best Actress. We'll start with Emma Stone for Begonia, since we had that one spoiled a little bit. Then we have, come on. We have...
You got this.
Is it Renate or Renate? Renate?
Are we sure that's spelled correctly there? Because it could be Renata. I don't know if it's supposed to be an A at the end.
It's Renate.
Yeah. I feel like Renata.
Yeah. It might be. Renata is a name that I've heard before.
Okay, so maybe Renata Rainsiv?
Granted, it's Norwegian.
Yeah. I apologize.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's not great. But she's nominated for Sentimental Value. We have Kate Hudson nominated for Song Sung Blue. We have Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And we have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. What do we think? Start with you, Nancy, as I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. No.
Bless you.
No, see, of course, when I say I'm going to, it doesn't happen. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, you guys say bless you. That's.
It's just going to happen when you talk. So go for it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Rose Byrne. I'm actually in the midst of watching that movie right now. I'm like, I think I have like 30 minutes left. She's good, but she's Rose Byrne. Like, that's all I see when I watch her. So no, not her. Sorry, Rose Byrne.
Nope.
Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, she's so adorable in that movie. Part of me wants her to win, but it's definitely not a performance where you would get an Oscar for. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. She's so adorable in that movie, and such a wild story that happens. And she does a really good job of portraying that person. I want Emma Stone to win. I really do. She was so good in Begonia, and I think she deserves to win. But I also don't think they're going to give it to her again so soon. Again, I feel like we're having this Meryl Streep scenario happening where she's so good and she's won before that I don't know if she's going to keep winning. But she was very good in that. And I think she deserves to win, and I want her to win. I'm going to try not to spoil it, but the whole premise of that movie is so wild. And for her to switch between... I don't want to say different characters, but switch between different personalities very subtly in that movie. She does a really, really good job. And I haven't seen Hamnet. I'm going to see it tonight, so I will let you know. So I think from what I've heard that it's going to go to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, but I really want Emma Stone to win.
Okay. Now let's head on over to Andres and Jen. What do we got?
You first.
Me first?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I think Jessie Buckley is a lock at this point. We haven't seen it yet because it came out at Christmas, and that's hard. But then at the same time, it feels like it's gonna like wreck me emotionally. So I'm like, I'm not ready yet. But like I've been locked in on her. Like she is like an actress kind of performance. So like she's been since Chernobyl and Fargo. I've been a big fan of her. She just has a very realistic way of acting compared to a lot of the other performances that have been nominated this year. They're very big. Rose Byrne, it's great that she's getting a nomination. Haven't seen it yet, but anything that's gonna like put Conan O'Brien like out there, like I'm a fan of the project. Kate Hudson does feel like the sneak here, but as we've seen, everything else is really tragic. So it's nice to have a little levity in there, and she does have this innate charisma that everyone just kind of is attracted to. So it's nice to see her get recognized. It's been a while because Almost Famous was the last time, really, right?
Yeah, almost 25 years ago. Almost.
Yeah, so it's nice to see her. I loved seeing her when she popped up in what's it? Not Knives Out, but the follow-up.
Last
yeah, she's great.
That. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen Sentimental Value yet, but I think Sentimental Value has so many nominations that I think it's one of those because it's a film on film that it's going to be recognized, but it's not actually going to get any awards. So yeah, that's going to see. And Emma Stone, it's great, but yeah, she's just gotten stuff. This is a weirder one. Granted, the other ones were a little weird too, but this one particularly is weird for a lot of the older voters out there. Oh, yeah. But it should be Chase Infinity. She's not here. She's not here, and it should be her.
You should have swapped Kate Hudson out for her, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's where you lost her. But it's fair. Chase Infinity has like a natural star quality to her where you're just really focused on her on the screen. So I think we're going to see plenty more projects going forward.
Oh, yeah.
I think people will have their eye on her. So we'll see her again. It's okay.
Yeah. So I think probably out of all these right here, I think the one that I think is probably just the one that's going to come off with it, I'm also going to say Jessie Buckley as well too, because again, she feels like she's riding that momentum right now with Hamnet, and from everything I've heard, it's the movie lives or dies off of her as well, and it's one of those things that you just go, okay, if so many people are talking about this one person from this one movie, it's almost the Timothée Chalamet effect on the actress side, but. Honestly, out of all of them, I would hope, because I really love Rose Byrne. I think she's so underrated, and she's awesome. And she brings her A game in everything. But I will say, this is probably the year had Emma Stone not won it. Had not won it for Poor Things, and had not won it for oh my god, oh yeah,
La La Land.
Did. Oh yeah, she did.
I still don't like the La La Land.
I don't like it.
Did she win for something else though? No,
she was nominated for Birdman, which again,
that's
fine.
Which is fine. But I think this one is probably the most challenging role that she's had, and it's
Jesse Plemons should have been nominated.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say too. I mean, that's a two-hander.
With his wife.
I think he should have been nominated for Game Night. So.
Tom would give all the Oscars to Game Night if he could. Yep.
I probably would, honestly. That is probably in the top 5 most underrated movies ever.
But I think out of them all, I think Jessie Buckley. Jessie Bucky. But here's the thing: we're going to see her in like a month for The Bride, so I'm looking forward to that.
That movie could go either way, and it has me excited.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for this, I think this is like the one lock. It seems like out of all the categories, I think this one really seems like it's Jessie Buckley's award to lose. It seems like she's like the big favorite to win here. I still haven't seen Hamnet yet. I feel like that's going to be one of those movies that like come Oscars week, I might watch just so I have it fresh in my mind going into the show, and maybe it'll influence my picks or whatever. But I have not seen the movie, but I've heard nothing but raves about her performance. Emma Stone, I still haven't seen Begonia yet. I do plan on watching that one, but I'm sure she's fantastic. She's always great.
That's great.
Please text us when you are done watching it.
Yeah. But in terms of like best actress, like if I had to pick one here, I would love to see. Actually, I haven't seen Sentimental Value. I don't think I've actually not seen any of the movies in this category.
Oh, really?
I just realized I haven't seen Song Sung Blue or Sentimental Value or Begonia, or If I Had Legs I'd Kick You or Hamnet. So literally I have nothing to add on this category.
Honestly, all of the they're very heavy movies. So save Song Sung Blue for last.
Honestly, I would say if I had to like go with my gut of who I think out of these gives maybe the best performance, it's probably going to be a toss-up between Jessie Buckley and Emma Stone, but we'll see.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But I think I can really only comment at this time on who I think is going to win. I think it's going to be Jessie Buckley for sure. But speaking of things that are exciting, other than the Academy Awards, other than the fact that this is our 100th episode, is that we have another guest star coming on, folks. That's right. We have one more special guest star. He may or may not be our researcher behind the scenes for this episode. We will neither confirm nor deny. But let's welcome the one, the only, Jeffrey Kahn. What's going on, dude?
Hello, it's me, the researcher.
The best part is anytime we've said anything remotely silly, you just see him just going like this. He's like, why are these people my friends? I don't understand.
I messed up a 28 years later line in the beginning, and all I could just see is just him going, like so clearly just hiding his face.
It's going to be okay.
That was hilarious.
But I'm very happy that he's coming on in to close out the show with us for our last few categories. So we're going to be diving into, I think, probably his favorite category, which is Best Animated Film, folks. We're going to be talking about the nominees for Best Animated Film here. We have Zootopia 2. We have Little Amelie or the Character of Rain. We have K-Pop Demon Hunters. We have Elio, and we have Arco. So let's start with you, Khan. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think should win?
Ironically, I haven't seen the two smallest films, the Arco and Little Amelie, just because it's so hard to find. So I can't really give a full gauge of all the movies. But I mean, come on, it should be K-Pop Demon Hunters, and it probably will be. I'm just a little scared because they've been giving the Academy's been awarding the smaller animated films recently with Flo and The Boy and the Heron. So I'm a little nervous that they might give it to something that's not K-pop. But I mean, how could you not when it's such a huge pop culture phenomenon. So I would vote for it, and I think it will still end up winning.
All right, here's to hoping. Nancy.
If it doesn't go to K-pop Demon Hunters, we will riot.
We'll
You'll hear me
rise.
cry. You'll hear me
What are we
cry.
doing? We will all riot. Like it's so catchy. It's so funny. It's well done. Like come on. Like it is the best animated movie out there. Like Con, granted, I haven't seen the other ones. I've seen Elio, and I'm sorry, Pixar, you're starting to fall off. It was not that great. It was fine.
They basically just nominate any Pixar movie at this point.
Yeah, and it's like it was fine. It wasn't that great, and I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters definitely like surpasses it. Oh my gosh, so much. So yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. Let's go. I can't. Okay, so I work with kids. I can't tell you how many times and how all my kids are into K-pop Demon Hunters, wearing the clothes, singing their songs. Maybe watch the videos. So it's definitely a hit for everyone. So it has to win.
All right. Andres, Jen, what do we got?
Well, I will say, if K-pop Demon Hunters does not win this category, I would be more than willing to provide charity to the members of the Academy for not giving.
Stay on topic.
Listen, I'm coming off the high of 28 years later, guys. Please greenlight the third movie. Well, it just came out.
I mean, the other one.
Oh yeah, no, which it should have been for cinematography at least. But
Yes.
but I think out of all these, it's not even close in terms of which movie I thought I think I had the most fun with this year, and I think is the best out of the bunch. And it's definitely K-pop Demon Hunters. Although Zootopia 2 I thought was still pretty good, but that's not Pixar, and then also it's just Disney animated. But I can't really say much on the other two, and Elio we did not see in theaters, unfortunately. So
most people didn't.
Disney Plus theater.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just something about it that just made me go, I just don't know.
I liked it, but I didn't love it.
I didn't hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it didn't stand out at all.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Also, that movie was heavily reworked, though. So
That's also true.
Yes, I did hear about that as well. But
Fair.
yeah, but K-pop Demon Hunters is the clear winner for me on this front.
It better be. It really should be. Like I know, like Khan was saying, like, oh, they might award. They're getting into smaller films, but honestly, like K-pop, I know it blew up. But in terms of like the style and the content, it's very new and niche for a general audience. Like this is a completely different like genre and culture that our kids are not used to. So it's great to see them embracing that. So it really needs to be that. It really does. I did quickly Google what the two other unknown movies are, and they're both French. Apparently Arco is a sci-fi futuristic thing with Will Ferrell in it and Natalie Portman.
Oh.
So if they picked one, there's famous voices there. But the Little Amelie one, it is also French, but it's a French take on growing up in Japan. And the animation is actually really pretty. So I actually probably will sit down and watch that one. It does look nice. But yeah, Zootopia 2 was fine. It was funny. The animation looked good. It's Pixar, the Elio problem. We haven't watched it because honestly, all the Pixar movies are starting to look the same. Everything's round and not detailed.
It's round.
Everything is
is
I
round.
needed to change up a little before I get excited. So hopefully the new one looks better. Hoppers.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for
I'm
that one.
excited about
That's
that one.
great.
So it looks
Let's bring it
fun.
back.
I'm excited about that one. But yeah, it should be K-pop Demon Hunters. If they don't give it to them, like I feel like there will be kids
Their hearts will
logging
break.
in just to watch. K-pop Demon Hunters. We're singing the song, right? Like we're gonna sing the song, right? I don't know. It should be K-pop. It has to.
Yeah.
Also,
So it's,
God to
yeah.
Khan, who made us all watch the movie.
yeah.
I honestly
One by
would never
one.
have watched it if it were not for Khan.
I might be this movie's biggest advocate.
Yeah, honestly.
But the thing is that, Con, you've been telling us to go check it out in theaters, and we did want to go see it in theaters. The only problem was the regular version wasn't playing anywhere near us for a while, and then
And even
when
if it
they
was,
did,
it probably was sold out because of how popular it
Oh,
was.
yeah,
with
it got
kids.
sold out super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought it back for the sing along, and I was like, I don't think I can do it
There's
because
gonna be way too many kids. Yeah.
we were there for a different movie and you can hear them down the hall singing. I'm like, I don't even know what it's about yet. So I was like, I just don't want that experience. So, but it was great being at another movie and seeing those kids in the lobby so excited about it. So once we watched it, I was like, I get it now.
Yeah, I think I was like the last dog to the bull on this one.
Yeah,
when I said I was finally watching it, Con was like, at last!
Even Jin Doyen watched it before.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I think it was just the hype got so big. I was like, it's inevitably going to disappoint me. Like, I just feel like there's no way it's going to be as good as people are saying it is. And I just loved it. I think Sony Pictures Animation, for my money, is firing on all cylinders to a degree that they are blowing Pixar out of the water. They're blowing pretty much any other animation studio out of the water right now with the sheer creativity and originality that they're bringing to the animation. The fact that they can tell these amazing original stories with such vibrant, energetic, and just so refreshing animation is just insane. Like every frame of that movie just vibrates. Like every frame of that movie just feels like they're trying something new. Like they're trying to innovate, like they're just adding any bit of style they possibly can, but it doesn't get in the way of really great stories and characters and songs especially. I mean, the music's incredible and super damn catchy. I swear to God, I had that Soda Pop song stuck in my head more than Golden. I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. If it doesn't go to K-pop Demon Hunters, I think we all rise and we riot, like peacefully though. Like we riot peacefully. Well, we'll get it done. We'll get results, but it absolutely should go to K-pop Demon Hunters. End of story. But now shifting gears to something wholly different. We have best makeup and hairstyling. I know Khan is very excited to talk about this category. Strangely, very, very excited.
There's really one reason why, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll find out very soon. But for this category, the nominees we have are Frankenstein. Come on.
There you go.
Was it
Kokuho? Is what I...
Kokuho?
Thank you, Con.
Is what I've heard from other videos.
Okay. Wait, say it one more time.
Kokuho?
That sounds right. I'll roll with it.
Good job.
We have that. We have Sinners. We have The Smashing Machine. And we have The Ugly Stepsister. Con, we'll save you for last because I know you're very excited. So let's build it up for you. All right. So let's start with Andres and Jen. What do you guys think about this category? Who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, who do I want to win? Absolutely. For me, it's Frankenstein out of the bunch. I think, again, that makeup design of the monster itself and also putting that and making that work in motion, I feel it's a very fine line for that character. And I think that Frankenstein out of them all, it does really do some cool and interesting things with that character as well, but also keeping that Guillermo del Toro flair all the way through. And I think out of all of them, that's probably the one that I feel I would want to have win. And it's tough because I feel the one that's going to win, I feel like it's going to be a cross between either Sinners or Frankenstein. And keep in mind, I haven't seen that one and The Ugly Stepsister. But I think out of all these, I think Smashing Machine is the one that I don't think I will say the same makeup artist also did what's his name, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face on Looper. And
it was impressive.
Which was impressive, but honestly, when you know Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face and when you see him in that movie, you're like, he's got all this shit on his face. Get that
Was that your first reaction? Oh man, he's got all this shit on his face.
Yeah, he's got all this shit on his face to make him look like Bruce Willis.
But he did.
Yeah. I mean,
for taking someone who didn't look like Bruce Willis at all, I think he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when it came to watching The Smashing Machine and seeing Dwayne Johnson, it's like they tried a little too hard to make him look like the real guy, and I think they just needed to just let the performance speak for itself, which I know.
He owes me $20, by the way, for saying that Dwayne was going to get nominated. I said there's no way in hell that that's going to happen. So you'll be
not after no one saw that movie. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, but it was one of those weird things where like it was riding on it like all people could talk about for like what a month and a half was Dwayne's performance of that, and it was like
he has hair.
Yeah,
what a performance.
Hair. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, for makeup, personally for me, it's Frankenstein, but I think it could also go to Sinners as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm of the same mind. I think personally I would give it to Frankenstein because like Guillermo, like he has this way of really putting a lot of thought into exactly what the design's going to be. It's all based on like the science and the metaphysical kind of situation that they're creating in the thematic elements of it. So I think there's a lot of subtle little details in there that put it just a little bit above Sinners for me. Granted, Sinners as a whole package between hair, like it's hard to separate for me hair and makeup and costuming, honestly, because together Sinners is the big package.
Oh yeah.
But separated, I'd give it more to costuming than to makeup. So I would personally give it to Frankenstein. I honestly, it's still weird that Wicked is not here at all. If it was going to be somewhere, it would be here and costuming. Because granted, yes, the Scarecrow looked like Ryan Reynolds on film. But when they came out afterwards and showed you just the screen test, it's some gorgeous makeup work. It really is. It just looks terrible in that 3 seconds that they actually show them in the film, which is a shame. So that would have been, I feel like that could have slipped in there somewhere. I looked up what the other ones were. Ugly Stepsister is like a horror movie with a lot of, like, they're doing nose jobs or something. So there's a lot of scarring and stuff. So interesting. Kokuo was, I think there's like kabuki theater. So yeah, clearly it's going to be a lot of makeup. Smashing Machine, I would have swapped that out for Wicked and not given it to Wicked anyway. So give it to Frankenstein. That's what you get for doing a part 2 that sucks. That's
Yeah.
That was a roller coaster.
That is fair.
How about you, Nancy?
I agree. I think it should go to Frankenstein. I think Del Toro puts in a lot of effort and thought into what he does. And again, the transition with both Mia Goth and the monster, where their makeup is at its beginning versus the end. There is a good transition there. And same with Jen, like, it is hard to take away the costume design as well. Wait, there is a costume design category, right?
Yes. Frankenstein.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Frankenstein better win that because
Frankenstein and Sinners are-
I watched the whole thing on Netflix afterwards, and like this fool is matching like costumes with set
Oh, he always does
design,
that.
with
Yeah.
story and lore and like everything. And so I think that's also why it should win this category. Like there's just so much thought and effort put into it, and it looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna go Frankenstein. Should win.
All right, Con, here's your moment.
Okay, yeah, it is weird that I picked makeup, but this is only so I could highlight how gross the ugly stepsister is.
I want to know why the makeup is gross and what happened.
I'll spoil one scene. Hopefully, no
Perfect.
one.
All right, you've been warned.
I'm not gonna
Spoilers.
see this
So
movie.
basically,
I'm
the
not
ugly
gonna see this.
stepsister is a take on Cinderella, but they just push the envelope a little further. So the one scene where the stepsister's trying out the slipper, but she realizes her foot is too big. So what does she do? She takes a meat cleaver and decides to chop off her toes to
That's what
make
they
the
did?
slipper
That's in
fit.
the original.
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
story,
original
yeah.
fairy tale, but they actually
Yay.
do it this time.
Good.
So,
Wow.
but then
Okay,
obviously,
I'm seeing this now.
obviously
Love
it doesn't. She doesn't make a clean cut. So the next it cuts to her toes literally dangling from the skin off of her foot, and it's a real close-up shot on that. It's disgusting. That's one of the scenes where I fully had to cover my eyes because of how gross it is.
The
But
fact that Andres is on the edge of his seat concerns me.
I mean,
It deeply concerns me.
Yes.
it would be kind of cool.
We've been watching a lot of The Pit, and this is concerning
Oh,
now.
I love the pit. Great show.
So it
He's
would
like,
be-
how do we sew these back on?
Exactly. It would be kind of cool if the Ugly Stepsister won just for that, because it's the fun, interesting pick. But I think it probably should and will go to Frankenstein, just for, if anything, just for Jacob Elordi and the detail that goes into all of that on his body and face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably still pick
Also,
Frankenstein.
How do you not get a clean cut with like a meat cleaver? Like that's
She's not doing it all the time.
In there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Bone
how
is hard
often
to
are you
cut through.
chopping off your toes?
It's a weird
I'm
angle.
saying.
You gotta get
Those
down.
are like whole
Nancy
pigs.
has like a bone cutting 101 video on YouTube. It's on private.
It's not easy.
I mean, it's Frankenstein. You know, like, I think Frankenstein walks away with this one. I'd be shocked if it was another film. I also think Frankenstein should win costumes as well. I mean, it's just such a luscious, gorgeous looking movie all the way around. But in terms of makeup, I just think the way they handled the makeup with the monster, with the evolution of that character, like Nancy touched on, like everyone seems to have touched on, like I just think is really well done and really meticulous. And I just think it's just incredible. And that really goes to show for every Guillermo del Toro movie. The makeup and hairstyling, costume design, production design, just cinematography, everything just looks incredible and so tactile in all of his movies. So I got to give it to Frankenstein. It's kind of like a no-brainer. That's why it makes me really angry that he didn't get nominated for Best Director. It just always makes me angry when they nominate the movie and then they act as if the movie directed itself.
Yeah.
I really
everything you did except
it drives me crazy. But
which I will say one thing, because we're talking about costumes with Sinners. Mm-hmm. I do love the fact that Sinners, all their costumes were hand-me-downs. Because have you guys
a lot of them were from Blade? A lot of them were from Blade.
Yeah,
really?
From the Blade movie that they still haven't made. Yeah, they borrowed costumes.
Oh, that's funny! Okay. Wow.
It was supposed to be a 50s
period piece. Well, no 50s. No.
Yeah, it was a period piece. Blade was supposed to be a period piece.
Yeah, it's a period piece.
Just side note, how do you not know how to make a fucking Blade movie? It speaks for itself. How hard is this? You have a perfect actor to play Blade. The character is so... Whatever.
Was our Blade movie. We got
this basically
instead.
Is your new Blade movie.
We got this instead, and honestly, that's fine.
He should honestly he should make Blade. Ryan Coogler should just make Blade.
Well, he's already got Black Panther. He's going to make Black Panther.
He can do both.
Yeah. He can do both. Like, I
mean, look, Daniel Destin Cretton did Shang-Chi, and he also did Wonder Man, and he's also doing Spider-Man Brand New Day, so...
It's like, let us say other things.
Just saying.
And also because we're giving Mia Goth her flowers as well too. She was cast as the villain of the Blade movie.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I know what you're
They just fumbled the ball so terribly.
Yeah. You know what? We got these instead.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's not the worst outcome.
we got Sinners and we got Frankenstein.
Yeah, you could put the asterisk on Sinners like they did with Thunderbolts and just put Blade.
Also Blade.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of Sinners, we're going to be heading on into our final category today. This is the Big Kahuna. This is the one, the only Best Picture category. If I can freaking find it on this list. I hate this website. Here we go. All right, we found it. All right, Best Picture. Here are our nominees, folks. We have Begonia. We have F1. We have Frankenstein. We have Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So those are our nominees for Best Picture. This is the big, highly contentious category. Which movie do you think is going to walk away with the gold, and which movie do we want to win? Maybe if it won't actually win. Let's start with Khan on this one. What are you feeling?
I mean, we didn't even mention that Sinners broke a record and is now the most nominated film of all time. Yeah. So I feel like it'd be a little disappointing if it doesn't actually end up winning Best Picture. I also think it should win because it is, when you're talking about Best Picture, I feel like you're trying to like find the film that has the best of everything. And I feel like Sinners does a lot of things well, not only the acting, the cinematography, the music, just everything comes together and forms a really special movie. So I think it should win. Its biggest competition is One Battle After Another. And I feel like for the career narrative of Paul Thomas Anderson, they might give it to him, but I still think that they'll go with Sinners, and I'm hoping that they do.
Okay. Nancy?
First of all, I don't know how F1 got on here.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's thinking.
Popular.
Sure, I guess. Begonia is very, very good. Like I said, I was shocked that I liked it as much as I did. His movies are very hit or miss for me. So great movie. Frankenstein, also great movie. But I think ultimately it has to go to Sinners. There's just so much put into that movie, like Claude was saying, cohesively. It's just, costume, makeup, actors, cinematography, directing, it's all there. So I think it has to go to Sinners.
Okay. How about you guys? Andres, Jen, what are we feeling?
For me, I would love it if Sinners walked away with it. For me, Sinners is my personal pick. Just from... It's also just a really great story as well, too. The most amount of nominations. And then also, it's a movie that wasn't even on most people's radar before it came out. And then it came out, and not only did it do gangbusters, but it also managed to stay in the public consciousness for over 10 months after release. So it's a great story. It's a great comeback for Ryan Coogler as well. But I think the biggest competition it has is One Battle After Another because of the political atmosphere we have in our country right now. And also when you open up the movie with our lead protagonist basically busting people out of a detention center, and we are currently experiencing that madness as we speak right now. I think that's going to play into Academy votes in terms of what the movie's about, which is a very anti-authority, anti-utilitarian stance that I feel that's going to give Sinners the run for its money. But in terms of just overall quality, I think it's going to be Sinners.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I think it's a flip of a coin between Sinners and One Battle. And honestly, I'd be happy with either outcome.
Yes.
Honestly, at this point, if it's anything else, I'll be upset. If it's one of those two, I will be happy.
Wait, you'd be upset if it was Frankenstein?
I am a one battle person. I am a one battle person for myself, but I would be happy either way. The thing is, they both have a very strong message for what is going on in present day.
Yes.
It's just a matter of which one the voters will be leaning towards at that moment in time. There's a lot that can go down politically and culturally from now to then that could affect one more than the other. I agree. F1 shouldn't be there in my mind. I'm crossing it off. I'm putting in Avatar: Fire and Ash because if you're going to put in just a good, feel good kind of like blockbuster movie, that's the one that should be here.
Yeah.
These are the ones that are keeping theater alive between Avatar, Sinners, and One Battle. They're keeping movie theaters alive. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we should be awarding that. I understand Avatar is the third in the series. So keep making them, please. But yeah, like personally, for me, it's One Battle, but I would be very happy to see Sinners get it. But it's really nice to see these other smaller international films also making the list. I love it when we do fill out the list as much as possible. But yeah, Begonia's a little too strange. Frankenstein was a little too niche because it's Netflix. Hamnet, Jesse's going to get it, so they don't need to vote for it there. Marty, I think it's going to rub people the wrong way.
I don't think they want Josh Safdie accepting an award,
right
especially
now.
after everything that has happened so far. It's like,
so it'll be interesting to see how the numbers go leading up to the actual voting deadline and the event. But One Battle for me, but go Sinners too.
Yeah.
F1.
chaos.
No, I just want chaos. But no, I think these are really strong nominees. But like Jen said, this is really a coin toss between Sinners and One Battle After Another. I feel like One Battle is going to edge this one out. I just have a feeling that's where the Academy's headed. It has a lot of momentum. A lot of people kind of are calling this one the favorite to win, but with all those nominations, with all the acclaim and reverence that Sinners has, it's very possible that it could come out on top. I would love to see it win over One Battle After Another, but also I love both of these movies. So if either one wins, I'd be happy. But if I really had to pick one, I would love to see Sinners walk away with the gold. I just think it's such a monumental film. And like Andres touched on, to have a movie come out that early in the year and still stay in the public consciousness for that long, where it not only gets nominated for Best Picture, but gets the most nominations ever for a film at the Academy Awards is in and of itself a monumental achievement. I mean, that's just incredible. And if neither of those won, if I had to pick anyone, I'd love to see just Frankenstein just fucking win. I mean, I just love.
Can you imagine if neither of them won?
I just love the fact that Frankenstein got so much love. I really wasn't expecting it to, and the fact that it got so many nominations made me really happy because I think it's a great film. So I was really happy with that. But yeah, I would love to see Sinners, but I have a feeling this one's going to be One Battle After Another. But I won't be unhappy. So there's that.
There you go.
But something I definitely am not unhappy about is that this is our 100th episode. You know, we've been burying the lead here. This is crazy. A special thank you to Khan and Jen for hopping on for this 100th episode. You guys have been on the show before, always been a fun guest to have on. So thank you for coming on. I mean, 100 episodes.
Shout out Jin Doyen.
Well, there's so many guys. We had
Jin
Doyen.
No, but he got sickly. He was supposed to be on. He got sick. So
he definitely would have been here for sure. So shout out to him.
Yeah. You would have been the F1 supporter.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's a phenomenal film. But we've had a lot of great guests on the show. We've had amazing episodes where we've had an absolute blast doing this. Scheduling be damned. We've had a lot of fun making this show. I'm thankful that we've got to do this show for 100 episodes now. Hope we get to do 100 more. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to comment on it. 100 episodes, pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, it's crazy to think when we first started, we were doing this on Zoom and I was recording it. And it was so
wild. Those are the dog days.
Yeah. I was looking through my computer and I had all these videos. I was like, what is this? Why do I have pictures of all three of us? I was like, oh shit, we did this on Zoom. I didn't even remember. And yeah, I should have pulled those up because I have so many screenshots of us like doing the show. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, and here's to 100 more.
I remember when I was a guest the first time, my audio and video were terrible. It probably gave Andres a nightmare when that happened.
Yes,
there were multiple episodes where Andres had a nightmare, where people like dropped out or glitched out or audio didn't get recorded. He literally was just like, guys, I think I'm going to flip a table.
Remember when Jindoyan randomly turned black and
white?
That was fucking hilarious. We got the noir Jindoyan.
Oh my God. They're like, Andres, what'd you do? Nothing.
My God. I remember when we were designing the logo for our show and like all the assets and everything, like going back and forth about that, trying to come up with the name of the show. Just wild.
Which also shout out to my buddy who's also going to be a dad very soon as well too, Amir, who designed our logo.
Thank you so much, kind sir.
He's having a baby?
Oh, nice.
Amir.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Amir's actually been good friends with my brother since they were like little. I've known Amir since he was in kindergarten. So, congrats to him.
Yeah, and he's honestly been a great friend of the show. He did a great job designing our logo, which we all love. And so, yeah, we're very thankful to him as well. Do you guys have a particular favorite episode that we've done, or like a specific highlight or anything like that?
I still like our Halloween episode because that's the one I found on Zoom. We were all dressed up in our costumes.
Oh, I think I wait, what was my costume? I don't even remember.
You were Loki.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I had the TMNT bandana, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know which episode.
You have that every day.
Which episode did Andres say "Wicked for Life"?
From? That was fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
That's a better
I
title.
audibly laughed when I
that
heard
was so good.
We need hats with that on.
Wicked for Life.
Oh, 100% we need to make just straight up merch with Wicked for Life.
All time.
Universal Studios is changing the ride so they could like blend the two properties. That'd be pretty great.
Bad Boys and Wicked. Let's go.
That should be the third movie if they make one, Wicked for Life, but with like LYFE.
There you go.
There you go. That was hilarious.
I'm gonna give myself credit too. I liked when I said, "What's her face's big woman speech?"
But big old woman speech, of course.
Big old woman speech.
Big old woman speech.
That was so good.
Great.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Or literally all the moments where Nancy and Andres have talked at the same time and they have to let
No.
you go. It's like once an episode
No,
thing.
you go first. Oh no, you go first.
No, you go. Too polite.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just favorite moments, I mean, for me, I really liked our episode with friend of the show Matt when we did Alien Romulus, and just the conversation that came out of that. We were just, I mean, honestly,
it's a good movie.
It's a great it's a great Alien movie, despite whatever Jim Cameron thinks. Yeah, like he came out and he was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling Romulus. I'm like, oh, then that's but also just like I loved our Top Gun episode that we did during COVID.
Yeah,
that was
I had
one.
COVID. I remember that. I had COVID. I had to go to the drive-in to watch it
from your car. Yeah.
Like,
jeez.
Like I was on for like 5 seconds of the episode. I was dying.
What's it? Didn't we all have COVID around that time?
I mean,
well, because someone.
we don't need to relitigate.
Yeah, come on. The past is the past.
You got it. But I think I had it for like 10, 12 days. And then thankfully you only had it for like a few days, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was.
Yeah, I had it for a very short amount of time.
Complained about it for a few days.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, the Top Gun episode I feel was fun. You know what? I also really liked our Spider-Man No Way Home episode as well too. I thought that was a great discussion.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I like Spider-Man.
It's also crazy to think that we started it during a time where like movies were not in theaters.
Yeah, you couldn't actually go to the theater.
Yeah, we were
2021,
watching
yeah.
everything on streaming. Yeah,
True.
yeah.
We started this when the FCL was still a thing.
I think
Jesus
well, that's how we all met.
Yeah, that is how we all met. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
Lord.
how this started. Dang.
We've come a long, long way.
Yeah.
Look at us now.
Come
Who would have
a long
thought?
way.
Who would have thunk it? But it's genuinely, I think, a feat for any show to hit 100 episodes. So I'm really happy we all got to share this one together. And thank you for anyone who watched this episode, listened to this episode, and of course tuned in for any sort of episode or has been a longtime viewer or listener. We really appreciate it. It goes a long way. We have a lot of people who they'll shoot us little messages about either a correction about an episode or just a favorite
sorry.
moment that they love. We've never claimed that we're perfect at knowing all the facts or all the cast members or anything, but I feel like that's always kind of added a little bit of authenticity to our show, where we just we just want to have fun at the end of the day.
That's how the show
Making
started.
mistakes.
Just friends drinking and talking about movies. That was the premise of the show.
Exactly. And I feel like we've genuinely had a great run, and I think of just as this has gone on longer and longer, I think just talking to you guys and having these discussions has gotten more just fun and more lively, because I think we've all just gotten more comfortable, being on camera and just having that banter with one another, which has been great, and not being afraid to call each other on their shit as we're recording, which I think is
my jokes. Yeah.
so many
mic issues.
so many mic issues, or camera issues.
Look, are you proud, Andres? I got it right.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? When I told my my parents asked me what are you doing today? I'm like, oh, I'm recording my 100th episode of the show, and my mom goes, oh, are you still doing it with those two friends of yours? Like, yeah. And she's like, can you tell the other one to put her camera down? It's always at the and I was like, no. But I told her, I was like, we got her to fix that a long time ago. She's like, oh, gosh. She's like, it was driving me crazy.
You know what it is, though? To be honest, I slouch a lot. So then halfway through, if I sit up straight, then I end up, So
no, it's just so funny. It's like the most Long Island thing she does. She's like, it drove me crazy.
Perfect.
So clearly you're a hit. But anyway, wrapping things up though, I can't wait to shoot more episodes with you guys. It's a pleasure doing this show with you. Truly, I wouldn't choose any other people to do it with. You guys make this so much fun, and it doesn't ever feel like a job or anything like that. It's always just a really fun way to not only stay in touch, but to just talk movies with people who love to do that too. So that's always been amazing. But enough of us waxing poetic about how sentimental we are about the show or whatever. Why don't we let the people know where they can find you guys? We'll start with our special guest, obviously. Con, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, the King Con, and on Letterboxd. And then I co-host two shows on the Notorious by Chance YouTube channel. One's Left Side, Strong Side, which we talk about football. And one is actually the Dark Horse, where we talk about the awards. So yeah, you can find those on Chance's YouTube channel with me, Chance, and Jacob London.
Very nice. How about you, Jen?
You can find me, Jen Kemp, at JK Meme Queen on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, even though I don't really post anything. I just lurk there. But more importantly, on Letterboxd, where I actually do use that. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. While we're there, Andres?
You know what? I'm going to do a quick throwback, guys, and I'm going to say you can find me at... You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, and Instagram is Galagos. You can also find me on Letterboxd as Galagos. You can also find me on Twitch.tv as Galagos88. You can also find me editing Cinemojis for our mutual buddy Jen Doyen. You can also find some of my edits on the High Voltage Media channel and on Film Speak as well too, which buddy Tom over here does do some occasional writing for there. And you can also find me
occasional writing.
Oh, is that
occasional writing?
It's
I am their chief film critic, my guy.
I was like, I think it's a cool thing.
I just
your content clearly.
I just wanted you to say that out loud.
You're supposed to be my friend, man. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to know. Now you make me look like a condescending dick.
What were we watching where someone just sounded? Oh, we were watching The Founder last night.
Oh, jeez. Of all movies to pop in, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Casual one.
Shut up.
How about you, Nancy?
Also, Andres, every time you do that, it makes me like think you're just taking a big hit of like weed. It's just like,
Who's to say he's not?
go.
I know, seriously.
You can find me at PL_Band-Aid on Twitter and Instagram. I do have a letterbox. I don't write reviews, but I just rate the movies. I think it's NER86PL. Actually, correct me on that if it's wrong.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. Researcher doing his job. And you can find me here in the comments and every once in a while on Cinemojis.
Alrighty. And then you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Chattelbash. You can also find me on YouTube. If you just type in my name, Tom Chattelbash, you can find me on Letterboxd, T Chattelbash. And you can also find me over on FilmSpeak, where I write occasionally, apparently. So,
So you're right occasionally
if you want to check out some of my written work, you can over there. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into this brand new episode of the show, especially our 100th episode, which was super exciting. Even going into this one, it just didn't feel real that we were about to record our 100th episode. So thank you for watching or listening, regardless of how you tuned into this episode. We appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next episode, A Film on Tap, where we've got the tap that never runs out. Take care, guys.